Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making some car coasters using acrylic blanks, some UV resin, patterned vinyl, and of course glitter. I'm even going to show you how to finish the bottom in kind of a different way to make for a more finished look. I'm going to have all the products that you see in this video down below in the description box. You might even find some discount codes for you there as well. So that's enough chit chat for me. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're starting with two 3-inch acrylic blank car coasters. I got these from Wood Elf Crafting. I have a link and a discount code down below. Not to be confused with these 3-inch resin molds. We're not going to be doing molds today because I just feel like they're a little more work, and I like the finish that I get with the acrylic blanks better. If you'd rather work with the molds, I'll have them linked down below as well. We're going to start by prepping the surface of our acrylic blank on just one side by removing the protective film, and then we're going to give these a light sanding with a sanding block. I just have a 120 grit, doesn't matter whatever you have on hand. We just want to rough this up enough to where our resin and everything has something good to grip to, okay? After we get our sanding done, I'm going to wipe these clean with some rubbing alcohol and paper towel. And now we're ready to move on to the next step. I recently purchased this trash can for my car for like the back seat. I've got 3 kids and trash tends to build up a lot in my vehicle. So I wanted to match the trash can with my coasters. So we'll be using this leopard printed vinyl that I got from Maestra Creations, and I'm going to punch a hole in it with a 3-inch hole punch to make a 3-inch circle for our 3-inch coasters. Obviously, if you were using a smaller coaster blank or a smaller mold, you would use a smaller punch, or you could just cut it with your Cricut using the shapes feature. At any rate, we need a circle that matches the size of our coaster. So I'm just punching it with my circle punch because I don't feel like firing up my Cricut today. And then I'm going to fold my circle in half. We're going to be doing a 50/50 glitter and leopard print design for these coasters today. So after I cut it in half, I'm going to use my ruler and my craft knife to cut this in half. I could also just use my scissors, but I don't trust myself with scissors because I want a really straight line. Once I've got my 2 half circles, I'm going to get out my grid mat so that I can line these up without having to mark anything. So I'm going to just put these coasters in similar places on the mat so that I can line up the corner of each half circle with a similar line on the mat. So the idea is that the diagonal for both coasters is close to identical as possible. I don't know how well I did, but it was good enough. All right. And then I'm just going to peel off the paper backing from that vinyl and then just place it by hand. You don't need transfer tape or anything to do this. Just do so very carefully. Try and line it up as good as you can. If you have any overhang of that vinyl, just go ahead and slice it off against the edge with your craft knife. And then I'm going to get my paper trimmer and I'm going to trim about an 1/8 inch or so, maybe a 1/10 of an inch strip of OPAL holographic vinyl. Yes, you could use your Cricut to do this as well, but again, I don't feel like dealing with my Cricut today, so I'm just going to cut a straight line from that vinyl there. And then I'm just going to place that right against the edge of that patterned vinyl to create a fun little detail. And then I'll use my craft knife to trim off any excess vinyl on either end. Now that I've got the vinyl applied, I'm going to seal it in with my UV resin. I'm using Resin Rockers UV resin today, and I want to add a little bit more than like a 1/4 size amount to my blank here, and I'm going to spread it using my stainless steel mixing tool. You can use a silicone brush or whatever you find easiest. After I get this spread out and I have even coverage, I'm just going to hit it with my torch really quick to pop any bubbles. And then I'm actually going to let this sit for a couple minutes to level itself out. This is how you get really smooth results with your UV resin keychains. Just let that UV resin level itself out. Mine completely leveled smooth in about 3 minutes. And then I put it under my UV light for about 3 minutes. Here's what we should have so far. So these are the front side of our blanks. Now we're going to work on the back side. So once again, I'm going to prep exactly how I prepped on the first half by removing the protective film, doing a light sanding with a 120 grit sanding block, wiping clean with some rubbing alcohol and paper towel, and now we're ready to move on to the next step. We're going to be applying the glitter and resin to the back of our blank so that it shines through the front. I've got about 7.5 milliliters or so of UV resin, and I'm going to mix in just enough glitter. You want to just mix in enough to where it covers the top of your resin in the medicine cup there, not enough to where it's going to really thicken up your resin. If you added a little bit too much glitter, you could just add a little more UV resin to thin it out. But try to be conservative at first, because remember, we can always add to, we just can't always take away. So I'm going to pour a little over a quarter size amount here and spread it out with my stir stick. Trying to be careful not to get any on the front of our blank. If you have a problem with that, of always getting resin on the wrong side. I'm trying to think of how I would word that. If you're worried about getting resin on the wrong side, then you can always cover the front with some Elmer's glue or some liquid latex. I've shown that on the channel before. I can link a video down below that you might find helpful with that in some of like my keychain videos. We want to spread that resin and glitter mixture all the way to the very edge of our blank. And once we get everything spread out, again, I'm going to let this sit for a couple minutes to let it self-level. I'll hit it with my torch really quick to pop any remaining bubbles. And again, I will put it under my UV light for about 3 minutes. Once that's all completely dry, I'm going to be applying a circle shape of adhesive foam to the bottom of my car coaster. I've got a 2.5 inch hole punch here, and I'm going to use that to punch a hole in my adhesive foam. You could probably use your Cricut maker to do the same thing, but again, I am not feeling like dealing with my Cricut today, and I already have these hole punches, which they're pretty inexpensive if you use your half-off coupon with them, or if you get them on sale. And I'm just going to peel off that paper backing and apply that right to the back side of my blank, so it's just off to the inside of that little indent there, so it's not hanging out. And I like doing this to my car coasters because my car cup holders tend to get really sticky and gross. I drink a lot of iced coffee and things. So if I don't do this, these car coasters tend to get stuck to the bottom of my cup holders, and I have to pry them out with a screwdriver or something, and this is just a pain in the butt. So this kind of makes them non-stick for me. And I think it just adds a really professional and finished look. You could use, black foam or, whatever different color foam to match whatever design you have on the front. But that is it. I'll show you guys what these look like in my car. The 3-inch circle size was perfect for my cup holders. I think you can get this in 2.5 inch and the 3-inch. 2.5 inch kind of slid around a little bit, but this 3-inch is just absolutely perfect. They're really easy to get in and out for cleaning. That little foam pad on the bottom there helps to kind of tip them out too. But I just love how these turned out. I wish my little car trash can was here in time for this video. video so I could show you how cute they look together, but Amazon's running a little bit late, whatever. Again, I'm going to have the links for the blanks, these acrylic blanks that I used, and everything else in the description box down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and if you like my video, be sure to give us a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. And a big thank you to all of our Flynn Sisters exclusive members. Thank you for your pledge. Your support means the world to our channel. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.